Hey guys, welcome back to another video. I'm Jembu, and today we're going to look at the further improvements to the rate of XP that Shark Mob have pushed out over the weekend. Is it a good idea? Hell, we'll have a look. And with that, let's jump right in. Bloodhunt's been out, what now, 3 weeks, and there seems to be a lot of information or a lot of stuff that Bloodhunt are doing in the background at the moment that they're working on, really. You've got the optimization, which is still ongoing, as it's probably going to be ongoing throughout the entirety of the development of the game. But in the gaming world, everybody has a different PC, different CPU, different graphics card, different RAM, different hardware just installed into the system. So that is ongoing to try and get that base thing. It's not like the PlayStation, where the PlayStation's the same better software. So hopefully when it comes out on PlayStation, it's going to be at least a lot smoother on there. Got the anti-cheat. The anti-cheat is still working hard to try and rid the game of hackers and cheaters, but as I said in previous videos, it's like a cat and mouse. I mean, every time a cheater uses a hack, the anti-cheat and the devs need to find a way to find it and then get rid of it. Then once they do that, the cheaters use a different hack, and then the cycle repeats itself as well. And we've seen the fixes to the uninstall and the anti-cheat still running once it's closed or uninstalled. One thing they do keep going on, or keep looking at, should I say, is the XP rate for the Battle Pass. Now you might say, well, why are you doing the Battle Pass before you're doing the optimization or before the anti-cheat is working? Well, the case is there is more than one team, and some things take a lot longer to sort out than others. Now, I'm not saying this XP rebalance is easy by any means, but it's more of the games design side than it is game technical side. You're going to have the games designers more involved in this, where you've got the coders and such that are going to be on the optimization side and the anti-cheat side. Different teams do different things, which is brilliant, so we get constantly updated. On Friday, Jacob released an updated, improved XP rate, which is absolutely brilliant, because when the game was originally released, we can all agree the Battle Pass went far too slow. You come out with a win, and it was like 1,500 XP for a win. And for low to mid-range players, even at this level, it was slow. Winners, you got people who could play the game really well, were not steamrolling ahead, but they were ahead of the game, ahead of the curve, because they were winning and getting that extra 1,000 XP. Now, when they did their first change to the features that you see here in the old values, that just meant that the people who were winning games, the really good streamers, if you're on, if you follow them on Twitch and stuff like that, who are winning 200, 300, 400 games, they were getting 15,000 XP per win, and that was fine. It was their first amendment to it. Now, one of the things I pointed out when they updated it last time was that I thought that 15,000 XP was far too high for a win, when the second and third places and the other placements, their XP didn't really increase as much, so it meant that it did reward the top players. Now, this change is more towards the low to mid-range player. And I think, well, I fall under this, so I think this is an absolute fantastic update, because we've gone from having a win from 15,000 now down to 10,000. It's still a good chunk of XP. Second has now doubled, as has, well, it hasn't doubled so much, but third has been increased by 1,000, and fourth and fifth have been kept the same at 1,500 respectively. Now, that is fine. I think that's a good amount for your placement. However, the other bits of XP amendments, this is where it all lies. The assists have gone from 50 to 250. Now, if you're playing a group game where there's 3 of you, you only get one person that gets the kill for it, but you all might have been involved in it. and that is now increased to 250 XP, as well as downing a player, which is now 500 from 100 XP. And the biggest one I think, because diablerizing people, you've got two kinds of camps for diablerizing. You've got people who are for it and people who just want to get the kill. Yeah, people who just want to get the kill will just rinse them and completely beam them out of existence just to get on to the next kill because they wanted that kill. They wanted that high stakes game. Now, people who want to use the resonance points and everything like that now have the opportunity to get some XP from it. Been increased over 50% to 1,500 from 600. So that's going to help a lot of people, especially in those one-on-one scenarios where they're fighting and they can then choose to just diablerize to get that XP. And then finally, the eliminated player has gone from 200 to 500, which is another good increase as well. The final bits, XP per second survived, has stayed at 3. I think through the entirety, other than the 4th and 5th placement XPs, this is the only thing that's stayed the same. And the XP per point per damage has been increased from 0.3 to 2 XP as well. So since this has gone in on Friday, I've only managed to play it a little bit. I've been having internet troubles, but it has helped me increase my battle rank maybe 6 or 7 levels with only a couple hours of play. And that's also with helping one of my friends. It was a really good start, especially for new people who were able to do a couple of levels of the battle pass really quickly. I think this is a welcome change. Even though it's free to play, it's still a live service game, which means that however the community feeds back to the devs, they're going to take a look into it and see whether they need to make any changes. And they've chosen this time to make another XP change to help the quality of life. So what can we expect from the future? They've kept us updated on Twitter as best as they can, and they're very active in the Discord channel, speaking to the community and answering questions and such like that. David Serlin, he is forever in the Discord, answering questions and giving information best he can. And he did say the other day in the performance tips and tricks channel that there was going to be an update, or at least a news article or some kind of information that was going to be released next week, possibly on Monday. And it's just a case of waiting and seeing. Now, if you're watching this video and it's the 27th and we've got new information, then they've released information, which is absolutely fine. Go check out the other video that I'll have probably done by the end of Monday and covering it. So that's about it for today's video. I do like the idea of this change. If you do too, let me know in the comments below. Please consider hitting that like and subscribe button and following me over on Twitch and Twitter for future videos and live streams. And with that, guys, thank you very much, and I'll see you in Prague.